Alright, just... Hello everyone, and welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer Doors. So let me get my stuff up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, Doors. Let's explain what Doors is. Basically, it takes every single room from every dungeon, shuffles them all up into about 13 different dungeons, and makes them highly unpredictable what rooms go where. However, there is some logic to it. I was not expecting that to be vanilla. I also have a few other settings, such as key sanity, universal keys, with universal keys on. So, and one of the other sanities I have on is that I gave myself an easy item pool so that I would at least have a chance of finding a decent sword at a reasonable time in a reasonable time frame. I've had a few people bet a few seeds for me and it looks like y'all voted for Durian. The names don't actually mean anything; they were just a way to anonymize the seeds. But I do have a few items, a few goals right now that I want to do. The first one is get the vanilla sword, because I have vanilla swords on, but because it's an easy item pool, there are 4 other swords out there in the world somewhere. Be they in a dungeon, an overworld location, or somewhere else. However, first things first with doors. I want to do some overworld checks. Usually overworld routing would be a little bit different. I would go from Link's house directly to here in order to get the sword. However, after checking Sanctuary, it seems that Sanctuary rolled in the oh-so-vanilla location, and I can't do anything in Hyrule Castle. Not that I would really want to, because there's 9 checks, so what that really means for Hyrule Castle is either one of the other entrances to Hyrule Castle is somewhere in the world, because of the chance of different entrance shuffle settings, or that they're on top of the castle and in need of a mirror if, indeed, the seed requires me to go into Hyrule Castle. I certainly hope it doesn't require that, but we shall see. So, right, what? So, first things first, I want to get a little bit of money in order to buy some bombs, because I haven't found any bombs yet. And bombs are useful for doing a couple of overworld checks. So in order to get that money, there's this fun little glitch called the Hooligan Room that I want to utilize, which has about 200 and some odd rupees, which will make my money problems a thing of the past. Thanks, game. Thanks. Thanks for the pity rupee. I also have pallets on, so, it's going to be fun and shenanigans with that. But, money is important for 2 things. The first being buying bombs, because I've not found it in a chest. And the second one is for buying something from a merchant. So this being doors, there's a few things to note right now. In the top left corner, there's the words HC, which is short for Hyrule Castle. Makes sense because there's 9 checks there. And the next is the key counter. That's part of Universal Keys. Universal Keys used to be part of the retro mode, but it's a fun thing that makes parsing through all these dungeons less of a crazy headache. And more of a, maybe a stroll here or there, because certainly early game, there is a good chance of finding a bunch of keys. I got early Death Mountain access, and another access to Hyrule Castle, so there's options. But there's a few big items that I do want to look out for while searching through the overworld. The first being, a sword, which I already got. The next being stuff like hammer and hookshot and fire rod that are useful for navigating several of the dungeon rooms. Which, there are some players who go straight into the dungeons first and risk being blockaded by an item, and there are players like me who like to go into the overworld first and try and find what items I can. That's unpleasant. But luckily there's 3 other tunics in the world somewhere. So, good to know that Aghanim is not necessarily required. Also, dungeon settings. It could be Dungeon Simple or Dungeons Full. I'm thinking it might be Dungeon Simple, as far as entrance randomization goes. What Dungeon Simple does is, there's some dungeons where there's 3 different where there's 3 or 4 different entrances that are useful throughout the dungeon, and it just makes it so that all those entrances are grouped together with similar count, with dungeons of similar count. What else is there? Right. I want to get... Okay, flippers is a good... Oh, yeah, flippers is also a good thing to find. It means that there's a possibility of encountering a room from Swamp Palace in one of these early dungeons. Oh. Okay. Hopefully I get early Dark World access. Because one thing about universal keys, and there's a lot to explain here, is that 3 of the shops in the world are able to sell small keys. There's also a setting for randomizing prices, but I didn't want... But I felt that was not the most marathon of friendly of options. There also is this weird map item I have right here. This is what we like to refer to as the level 0 mirror. It acts like a mirror in dungeons, but outside of dungeons, it does nothing. Yay, I got the chicken through the wall. So let's see what items. Hearts, health is always fine. I could encounter some rooms from Ganon's Tower that just want me to feel pain and suffering, but what was the other one? But it could also just be there. It could also have been a progression item. So, I got a Hyrule Castle that doesn't seem so bad. I need to consider my options for dungeons right now. That I really have access to a single dungeon. Full access as a possibility, and that this might have rolled dungeon simple. As far as settings go and rolling, yay. That is that might be helpful. Bees. Sometimes bees can damage enemies. What else? Dungeon Shuffle. I went over the dungeon settings. Yeah, there's also this new setting that's started to come out called Key Drop Shuffle, where there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be about 30 different 30 additional locations to check for items, and all of them are in dungeons. Because enemies like the Ball and Chain Guard from Hyrule Castle, they can drop, let's say, a Moon Pearl, or maybe it's just another dungeon's big key. Okay. Turtle Rock and Misery Mire are looking like potential options. Aether. What else? If you have any questions, feel free to shout them. Sorry. There's also progressive items as a chance, which means that all the items like tunics, I could find a red tunic and get automatic red tunic early on, or I could find a blue tunic. I could find any tunic, and it could just be by blue tunic. Oh yeah, palette shuffle. It's a fun feature that has had some recent changes to make it so that palettes aren't blinding for people. But I do like it. I do like it occasionally. Sometimes, though, it just can look like a little bit of a headache. So I got all the items in Kakariko. So for a gun, what was it called? I've got flippers. So therefore, it's looking like one of the dungeons might have progress. I need to look at my settings. So I just need to consider my dungeon options. Let's explain the goal. 5 crystals. Fast. Basically, dungeons have either pendants or crystals. I want to find 5 of the crystals as soon as possible in order to be able to beat Ganon, be able to damage Ganon, as well as enough ammo for that as well. So those are things to look out for. I've gotten Kakariko out of the way, so now it's time to go into South World. Also, another thing that's been cool is upgrades. So stuff like ammo so the ammo capacity, there's an option to put that in the pool. It's currently set under the shop setting, but there might be plans to change it in the future. I don't know. Kate Sith, Berserker, and a few others have been working hard on this version of the randomizer so that seeds don't take an eternity to generate, particularly on this Doors branch. In the past, there would be like a 12-person, I think it was a 12-person multi-world that took about 12 hours to generate with the Doors settings on. But what they've done is have made it so that seeds can now take less than an hour. Okay, that is a good mirror. I do not like that big key, but I'll take it. So it might be Dark World access through Aghanim. I do need a sword or cape for that. So that's worth noting. I also could check a dam and see what's there. So, I mean, that's good. Let's me think. Right, settings. Overworld checks are about done, so then I can start going into dungeons and seeing what has become of them. There's a few different settings for doors, but I've chosen some of the more intense settings for this. So we'll see what's become of any of these dungeons shortly. Yeah, the Moldorms kind of wanted blood. I've also had not good luck with keys so far. That's worrisome. But there's a reason for having people bet seeds. Because something unexpected, a less than 1% chance could occur. Okay. Easy keys. I'm gonna get one of them for now. Because I want to save my money for later. At least, 500. At least 500 of it for now. Oh, that's right. I got flippers. So, I'm gonna have to delay the dungeons for overworld checks. This can occur in regular randomizer, too. So, there is a good number of items. A map. I don't necessarily need the map. I can just, blind check a dungeon and hope for a crystal. Or a chance with 3 pendants. Right, as far as entrance randomizer goes, there are a few other settings that make this a little bit of a headache. Kate Sith, in particular, someone I like to play multi-worlds with these settings, fancies himself a participant in the crossed entrance shuffle settings. So not only do you have a bunch of overworld entrances to check, you also have a bunch of chaotic dungeons. I just like the randomization of dungeons and the unpredictability within. So with that in mind, let's go and see what old King Zora has for us today. So as far as items to hope for, it's looking like I could beat one of the dungeons, or at least get 3 good checks out of Pyro Castle, or check what's become of Eastern Palace, or Aghanim. Being that this is Dungeon Shuffle, I'm a little bit worried about health, but not extremely worried. Just because of the 6 checks before then, and the potential of 5th Heart. Okay. Certainly pointing in the direction of Turtle Rock, or whatever's become of Turtle Rock, as well as Mire. Alas, I don't have any access just yet. But not health. So, let's go see what's become. After this, let's go see what's become of any of these dungeons. So I feel safe with these items now. Actually, I feel safe with these items, especially Bombos and Double Magic, to go and traverse one of these dungeons. Mostly because of the worry of running into a room from Ganon's Tower. So one thing I'm used to in the seed is Sanctuary being something like a quick warp up to Turtle Rock, and the entrance there leading to something else. But it's been the absolute same location. Also, some people like to play with Randomizer, so the rats in here might turn into Lionels for them. So, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Okay, let's see. You know, information is always nice, but sometimes with doors, it can pull a fast one on you and expect you not to need hammer or hookshot for completing any of these dungeons. But the main crux of doors randomization is you go through a door and you end up somewhere that you weren't expecting, such as this leading to a room from Palace of Darkness that it seems I can't really do a whole lot of progress in just yet. So it spits upwards. This really is just the crux of it. Okay. These are rooms that are nice to see early, but not so late to see nice dungeons. So what these rooms are what I like to call nexuses. They have a lot of rooms, a lot of doors to check here, and could lead to a lot of treasure directly from it, or a lot of these rooms can turn out to be duds. Like this room. I have bombos. But I could also check downward. I could also check downwards here to see if something much more pleasant disappeared. In this case, I'd maybe wait to get some less ammo-intensive items rather than destroying penguins, but it seems I have no choice if I'm to explore Hyrule Castle. So, you know, with 5 checks, maybe one of them's a sword, maybe one of them's a hammer, maybe one of them's a cape. It could also be that Sahasrahla has one of those items. Or whatever's become of Eastern Palace. And it's just a huge loop. So naturally, we're 20 minutes in, and of course there's going to be a puzzle to solve this room. And I have bombs, so I can at least hit the switch. So some players that are used to playing advanced glitches would probably risk a hover right here, but this is a totally intended mechanic for getting to this room. You line up right here, run into it, and then hold down to get to this treasure chest. Which, okay, I'll take a big key, and I'll also take a connector. I also can't access that yet, so maybe it's something here, maybe it's something in Eastern Palace. Oh, that's gross. Let's see what... okay. Say hello to Bob, everyone. Bob has made his triumphant return. Let's not be rude to Bob. So also with... okay. I could fight Armos with a sword, or I could check another dungeon. I think I'll fight him with the sword. This is certainly a play just to get the last 3 chests here. Which, now, Hyrule Castle was not necessarily what I would call a bad dungeon. It just was probably a chance of finding a bow somewhere else. So let's just get them locked into place. I should probably have checked that. I'm probably guessing that whoever vetted the seed for me went to Eastern Palace first. And that there's something good in Eastern Palace. That's what I'm guessing. Because as far as vetting goes, some seeds can be very horrifying. Like, they can start you out with a bunch of armor, and then the first dungeon that wants you to beat is Ganon's Tower just to get Dark World access. With some friendly rooms, but the first entrance that you come across, the first northward entrance, just leads to Echo 2. That is not this seed. That is also something that translates to not marathon friendly in the slightest. And some people in chat could probably tell you more about that experience. And a useless compass. Alright. Information. Information's nice. So let's see what Eastern Palace has become. Oh wait, no, let's see what Desert has become, because I got a map for Desert. So Desert is a crystal. Wait, no, I didn't clear Desert. Desert is a crystal. And I could do Sick Kid now. Also on screen is a tracker that is helping me realize what overworld checks I can do, or if I happen to miss one or two overworld checks along the way. Which it's looking like that I happen to miss a few overworld checks. Yeah, you can use the boomerang. The boomerang isn't so bad if you have the red boomerang, but I just like to do risky plays like that. So, yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting something with this dam. But hey, I have a mirror, so we can just, you know, mirror delete blocks. Unblock the flow of water, and, you know, get one or two more items along the way. If it turns out to be bow, I made a bad decision, but no, it's a key. Also, one thing to note about this water is I go back to the room, and the water is all drained, so I know that whatever's at Swamp Palace's entrance is not the original room of Swamp. But that is the thing. Yeah. I'm just gonna get a few overworld checks, hope for some Dark World access, because that's really where the crux of speedrunning doors comes into play. You know, I thought this seed was supposed to be good. Maybe it just means that... Okay, that's better. That definitely is... that I got access to 2 dungeons now. Because of that lamp. In logic, so... Thinking. I'm gonna go check Saha's Roulette, because it's a Sphere 1 check. And Sphere 1s usually have the best items. Or best bang for the buck. But as far as order of things go, most people would like to do the... most people. I like to do the overworld checks, because there's about 40 of them, and then start going into dungeons. Because it can take a while to parse through some of these dungeons. Alright, Family Heirloom, Skull Woods, let's mark that. By hitting the wrong button. So, not the worst dungeon for that, but not the best. So, it's tolerable. Also, some of the dungeons like to keep their attributes from their original dungeons. For example, Hyrule Castle with the 3 entrances, and there's a few other ones that are possibly gonna come up into play. The boss rooms also tend to be the same, except for Hyrule Castle because of key drop shuffle and being on an open overworld setting. Let's talk about the different overworld settings and how they play into doors. For the first one, standard, in a multi-world setting, usually you're going to get into something runners lovingly refer to as BK mode, short for, take a guess now, Burger King. Which pretty much means that there's not a lot of logical checks to do, so therefore there's a lot of wait for other players to find you an item, such as a hook shot, for instance, or a fire rod. Naturally, doing doors standard is very much discouraged, and in its current state, has a high failure rate of rolling. Certainly, though, and a lot of people rolling seeds helps. What else is there? Inverted. Inverted simply translates, has you start in a dark world, there's less options for overworld checking, so it becomes more of a focus on dungeons. I wouldn't necessarily classify that as the most marathon safe rolling setting, but it's there. If you want like 5 overworld checks and less items for dungeons, but it's there. Anyway, this is one of the rooms that I really like to see because it has 4 chests, and therefore a good chance of loot, and vintage boots. Okay, I'll take some of those. Right, so I think I've done all I could as far as that route is concerned. So remember what I said about Nexus, and there's a lot of ways to go? Yeah, well, having 2 interconnected like this is not the most pleasant of things, but is doable. And sometimes they loop in on each other like that, so maybe not the best favorite choice, but it's there. So remember what I said about the flippers leading to a water room? Well, this is a room. It has water in it. It's in an early dungeon. However, I cannot get to the water mechanism without a hammer. So either it's up on Death Mountain, or it's in one of the other checks here. Or it wants me to, or if I was going for 100%, this would be a multiple dip dungeon. I already checked here, so I need to double check all the entrances on this side. And also there's some odd loading quirks with doors. So let's see. Let's double check my list. Yeah, this leads to nowhere. One of the others connects to the room, and what was the third one? Because either it wants me to do something in this room, it wants me to find a way to get below the water, or I need another item. Or it's the other door in the first Nexus. In this case, it's the other door in the Nexus. Or the bonk door. Can I even get to the bonk door? No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. What am I talking about? There's stairs right here. Okay. First hunch was right, that it was part of the Nexus. So, let's just warp back to the Nexus and take that last exit. Because all the other doors have been checked. Except for this one. Luckily an early lamp. And, this is a little bit predictable. Do I want the other rupees there? Do I want rupees for key? No, not really. Especially considering that some rupees are elsewhere. What do I have for reach? I have bombs. So, remember what I said about dungeons having properties of their original dungeon? Well, this room is always going to be part of Tower of Hera because of pits leading into, because of how the pits are laid out. So let's see, I can go downwards. Right, so intensity 3. So this normally was a dungeon entrance, but it leads us somewhere else. And I failed to check that door the first time around. Oh well. So naturally it's going to be a little bit of a non-Euclidean math. There's going to be some non-Euclidean math going on here. It's just makes it a little bit confusing to parse through here, but maybe not as much as I was worried about. So let's go and find that Moon Pearl next, shall we? After this dungeon? Or maybe it's in the actual Hera location, or on top of Death Mountain. So, as you can see right here, it's parts of Aghanim's Tower, of all things. Luckily, I have the lamp and a bunch of magic, because that's going to be helpful. That is also really nice to see. Let's just get all these enemies out of here, because this certainly leads to some Dark World access and a lot of options for dungeons. You know, remember remember when I was worried about... Some of you may remember when I was worried about a 3-hour estimate being not enough. Yeah, so as far as doors as a speed game is concerned, it's starting to grow in popularity. And because of its growth, people have been really cutting into the world record times. All right, let's see what boss. Okay, they're vanilla bosses, which basically means that Turtle Rock is not the most desirable of dungeons, or maybe I just got lucky in this manner, and 2 of the bosses just happen to be vanilla. Also, that's a really horrifying Molehorn. Okay, I got like, what, 1 or 2 more hits on you? Come over here. Thank you. Come over here. Don't fall. Come over here and let me get the win. There we go. So let's see what we get. Is it a crystal? Because there's a 2 out of what? Something chance? Okay, it's a crystal. Wasn't necessarily a bad dungeon. Some of the features here are recent additions. There's a lot of work going on into this. And I'm grateful for people like Kate Sith and Berserker and Arneon who have really started to push this into the more mainstream of Zelda speedruns, at least as far as Randomizer is concerned. Alright, it's exhausting running out of bombs like this. But hey, I hit the target. I went down first, so now I go here, right? I think. Yeah, no. Wait, yeah, I can't do it. Big key. I have 1 check here. Let's just find a pit to drop into to get the 1 check. I'm gonna miss another. Yeah, that's fine. So the 2 doors here lead to somewhere else in this dungeon. But unfortunately, and there's also pits to try. I like my chances with the doors. I really like the chances with the... I really approve of this room. Okay. So, as far as that... Some of you may have noticed a red blinking square on the map. That is a feature of compasses. If you have the compass of a dungeon, a blinking square will appear, notifying you that the boss of the dungeon is close by. Okay. So I got 1 more check here, at least as far as doors is concerned. This was not a bad dungeon. But also, it was a dungeon. Alright, where do we go now? What the thing's in the main room? Yeah, I think it's just needing... I think I just need to go to another dungeon. And maybe do a few overworld checks. Let's go to Sick Kid. I also forgot 2 checks in the woods. So maybe those will lead to something good. I'm trying to think what would require bombs shortly. There's no any overworld. Yeah, there are 2 rooms like that. Or 2 rooms that require it. And what else? Shortly, at least. So being that there's limited checks right now, I would suspect that either the woods or on top of a mountain hold a Moon Pearl. Because I got a lot of items for Dark World access. Not a lot for checks in Light World right now. That could change in an instant if I find either the hammer or the hook shot. I do like the value of compasses. There's also a setting with compasses where if you get a compass, it will tell you how many checks are in the dungeon, but this being doors, I like to have that on by default. Alright. It's a check sooner down the line. Not a super crazy amount. Usually when I'm playing seeds, though, as far as crystals are concerned, it'll be about an hour until I get my first crystal, but it's nice to have a seed for once. Give me one early on, with the promise of just needing one more item to unlock a whole bunch more. Could it be a world record run? Maybe. There's a high chance of that. If Moon Pearl appears shortly. As far as world records is concerned, it's about at 156 on these settings. But that's in a multi-world setting, so on a single-player setting, it's not been done as much. I'll just take a few bits of health. I was like, what, a heart? So other than the lack of tunic, my equipment's been pretty good. As far as survival is concerned. Especially Bombos. Bombos is a really nice defensive item. Offense is the best defense sort of tactic. Because you can save health by defeating your enemies. Alright, let's see what's here. Keys, 2 keys. Do I want them? I want one of them. Let's see. So far, dungeons aren't looking too bad as far as keys are concerned, so... But I'm also low on keys. So either that's just the luck of the draw, or... Thanks, game. Either that's the luck of the draw, or... This truly is a seed that requires few keys. It could go it'd go either way. Yeah. So, I'm getting some of these areas make me a little bit hungry. I like to refer to certain palettes by different food names. Those mountains kind of look like acai to me. Make me think of acai. Feel free to give your own interpretations of what these areas should be called. Alright, that's all the overworld checks, so dungeon time it is. And it's a... Kate? I thought I told you to make it so I didn't have to worry about Thieves Town. See that D4 in the corner? That's short for Dungeon 4. Or Dark World 4. Or Thieves Town. Hey, it's a Moon Pearl! There is a chance that could be a Go Mode Moon Pearl if it was a spoiler log seed. This is not a spoiler log seed. I'm pretty sure as well that logic would require needing cape for that, but sometimes doing minor tricks like that are useful for getting a chest. Alright, so that's not a Trinex in the room below, because there'd be a big ol' shell here, or it's also not Helmosaur, because there'd be 2 feet somewhere in that room. I do like to have a possibility of boss shuffle, but Sometimes it just doesn't roll boss shuffle. I'm getting a strong inclination that this dungeon is not beatable right now. I am really feeling that this dungeon might not be beatable right now without a big key. Okay, if this is what is expected from Turtle Rock here, I'm gonna say that this is a tolerable enough Turtle Rock. Ow. Let me go through the door. Just want to confirm something. Okay. Yep. Nope. I need a big key for the rest of that. So, since I'm close to the portal, I'm going to get some information on what to expect in Dark World. Right? Where's Swamp Palace at? Swamp Palace is a crystal that I've not collected, and Ice Palace is a red crystal. Okay. That's possibly enough information for things to go favorably. So let's just go start going towards dungeons. As far as needs are concerned, I'd like a fire rod and maybe a hammer or a hook shot. At this point, hammer's slightly more desirable. Maybe the flute as well. It's difficult to say for certain. But information is information once in a while. And there's also, I think, several checks. As far as Skullwoods is concerned, and as far as properties, since I'm probably going to put it on the low priority list, the entrances in the woods, aside from the last entrance, still lead to Skullwoods. That's the same with door. And that's not a feature exclusive to doors or entrances. Well, let's go do overworld checks, because that's a noteworthy dungeon. That is noteworthy as being a dungeon of high desirability because of its 18 checks. Oh, I'm low on rupees. That is nasty. So I'll have to skip out on one of the checks for now. Hopefully it's not something too valuable at the digging game. There are trees to pull. What to do about my money problems? I only need 80 rupees for the digging game. So, I'll just avoid it for now. There's 5 checks in the Hype Cave. I can always come back to it later. Any questions? Oh, there's no logic for the spikes? For some reason I thought they were. Oh well. So, okay. I know what I can do. I can go ahead and get another sword. Remember that I had vanilla swords on? Because I do have vanilla swords on. That simply means that because I got my Titan's mitts, I can go ahead and possibly get a Master Sword or something even better. Just because I got a fighter sword from Uncle doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to get a fighter sword or get a Master Sword from the dwarves. Or the smithery. In this case, though, it looks like it's rolled progressive swords. Yikes. I don't necessarily want to do the powder just yet. Of course, you know, the allure of finding powder has a sort of gambler's fallacy effect to it. Where just because it's a singular check doesn't mean that just because I found an item that unlocks a single check doesn't necessarily mean that check will be progress. Was I saying gambler's fallacy? I don't remember. Yeah, I think that would be a case of gambler's fallacy. So I'm not necessarily going to bet on a single check right now, but I will put more value on like, a place with 5 checks. Well, speaking of checks, I got access to 2 more dungeons with that. So it's possibly enough. But, you know, the more helpful items like that, the more likely that Go mode is a strong contender to happen. As far as logic is concerned. As far as safeties and stuff like that, I still want it tempered. I'd like to find maybe another progression item before I start calling it and pushing for Go mode in these dungeons. Because as far as getting like records and whatnot, that's where it's at. Pushing into Go mode as quickly as possible. I need to deliver this chest first. I'm gonna go into Light World for survival. As far as people like me and Math Girl as far as me and other runners of this category are concerned, and other players of Doors are concerned, I think I'm the only one who likes to play the risk of play the high risky strats of trying to play as if I'm in an early Go mode state. Though certainly I do like having a few safeties. Blue Tunic and Tempered Sword come to mind. But we'll see where stuff is placed. Maybe a little bit more health. I at least know where 2 of the swords are. I could probably risk Ice Palace as a dungeon for a Tempered Sword. Though I'm not entirely sure where Ice Palace ended up, but there's a lot of strong contenders for where it ended up. Or I could just find a Tempered Sword in a chest, and that solves that problem. Certainly. Right, so I think it's just a compass on the floating island. I have knowledge of 3 crystals right now. 4 crystals. How many do I have? I have knowledge of. I have 1 crystal collected. Looks like there's 2. Looks like Desert Palace is another strong contender, and Ice Palace and Eastern. Well, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 dungeons I know of that are progression. So I can count good. Well, there's another Skull Woods is not necessarily one of them, so where? And I don't want a 50-50 one in the dungeons, so let's think. Go back to Sanctuary because it's actually in its original location, because I want to activate that flute, and I want to push for Desert right now. That sounds like the best option. So as far as Desert is concerned, there's 3 entrances that I can access, so I feel like there's a high probability of being able to finish Desert. Just simply because of the chance. Yeah. Oh, cross-platform? There have not, but there is work towards that. There's been talk of integrating this whole multi-worlds situation that I've been talking about. There's been talk of integrating a few other games into that under the Archipelago group. I can speak words today. The most prominent example is Super Metroid as a possible next game. So one player could be playing Super Metroid as far as a multi-world is concerned, and a few others could be doing Link to the Past. But a lot of that has just been talk for now. I am not liking my money situation, but I have enough keys. So let's see where these two entrances up top lead. Okay. It's Turtle Rock with 7 checks. I also am really having a strong hunch of vanilla bosses. So it could be a pendant there. It could not be a pendant. Or I could have missed like a map somewhere. Or maybe the order of dungeons was different. So that's unfortunate. Okay. That solves my sword problems. Now what about items? And also Turtle Rock is a 7 check. Well, just because one dungeon turned out to be a bust of an option doesn't mean that the other one could be in this area. So maybe Meyer's the choice. Maybe Meyer became Ice Palace or Eastern Palace. Although, do I really need that now? Not really. Why did I work back? Did I get whoops? Yeah, I did. And because I have all 3 pendants, or medallions, because I have all 3 medallions, I think it was vanilla. No, that's more like blueberry. What do you think? Is it blueberry or some other type of fruit that this looks like? It has some deep purple hues. Alright, I mean, it's Misery Mire at Misery Mire. Not the worst. Oh wait, it's the one with the top right. Not the worst dungeon here. So, as far I have lamp. I have quarter magic. I have pain from an enemy. This is looking more... But do I have the big key here? No, I do not have the big key. So this was not the best decision as far as luck of the draw. Alright, let's go back to the entrance and try another dungeon. So I'm not gonna chance a 7-check Turtle Rock having progression, especially with a strong possibility of having Trinex there. So I've got... Okay, I'm gonna go to... Where do I want to go to? I'm gonna go and see what's become of Thieves' Town's dungeon. And I also have a strong discouragement from checking the woods right now. Woods being a pendant dungeon. Let's see what maps. 2, 3. And all the Light World dungeons are favorable enough. So which one is this? Which one was this? Pod. Which is a 50-50, but it's also an 18 check, so I think the risk is worth it. One feature of do I have the compass here? Yes, I do. One feature of doors is some sections of oh come on. Is that it's based on super tiles. So rooms like this that are pretty linear go by quickly, but as far as sections are concerned, this spot up here became part of Palace of Darkness, but the other lower part of that room. Why am I doing this as if I had Canis Maria? I don't have Canis Maria, so therefore I should do this tile pushing way. Or the statue pushing way. So I push up enough, run up enough, wait for the hand to go by. I have a butter sword, so I can just slice and dice. Wait, what? Okay. What? Did something odd happen? I got a sort of soft lock there. I thought the statue was far away enough. That's never happened to me before. So let's just go ahead and do that room again because it's one check. Oh yeah, because... Oh yeah, let me think. I think Pod and Swamp Palace are also highly desirable dungeons. So let's just stop the statue here. Because usually I like to try this in one go about, before the hand drops down. But I didn't want to risk it the first go about, so... I think the room on the right is not desirable, so... It's just a ammo pickup or something. Like, not as an item, but... as more like a refill on arrows. Kinda like that chest with its bombs. So, T intersection. Interesting choice. Does this actually lead anywhere I can get to? So I need the boat for this, don't I? But here's an tile. Or not. I'm not liking this dungeon. So I probably need to get a bow somewhere. Mostly because there's an enemy on that path that requires the bow to be defeated. So let me see. I could check Pyramid. I could check what's... No, I couldn't check what's become of Pod because I don't have rupees. Very... Very unfortunate that. I do know where there's a 20 drop, though. I also have Titans, so there's 2 up on the graveyard. I think I'm going to clear out some overworld checks right now. The last few. Just seems like a few of these dungeons need another item right now. Or I just need to pick one and go. One that I can actually finish. As far as let's talk about the goal for a second. 5 crystals. So as far as doors is concerned, I know Kate is quite mad in doing all dungeon seeds a lot of the time, with doors settings. But I like a little bit more marathon friendly of a goal with 5 crystals. That way, if I have a misunderstanding about I don't have enough money. If I have a misunderstanding about one of the dungeons or something. Okay, I don't need your scam. Comments about scamming. Being a scam artist, monkey. So what was it? I know he likes to do all dungeons, but I like having a little bit more marathon safety with that because some of these dungeons can be quite labyrinthian. So that way if I come across a head-scratching dungeon, or a dungeon that I can't seem to progress in, I can at least have a few extra, in this case, 2 extra dungeons as backup dungeons. It just is translating to, I need to find something to progress in. Either Pod or Thieves Town, if those 2 are crystals. I'm not relying on Thieves Town as a crystal right now. I'm also not super relying on Turtle Rock as a crystal. So it becomes a case of, what are the other crystal dungeons? Swamp Palace, maybe. So after I get these overworld checks, I think Swamp Palace is a high contender. Otherwise, I gotta find a place to grind for a little bit of money just to get into some of these places. Or, you know, of course, it would be the digging game that I skipped because of not enough money that has progression, because isn't that always the case? where you skip a location like that due to money woes. And it's progression. I also know because of vanilla swords that there's another sword in this fairy spot right here. Okay. Swamp it is. After I get a couple more world checks. Yeah, this can be normal. I played a risk of, I think I'm in go mode, but I'm going to go to a few dungeons and see if I can beat them. But there's a few items necessary. Hey, the world checks are always there. Or maybe I'll have to dip to Skullwoods. Do I have a map for Skullwoods? No, I don't. Not yet, at least. So if Skullwoods turns out to be where progress is held, then it's a little bit of a head scratcher. I don't have capes, so I don't know. Oh, that is information. Not useful information, but it's information. Yep, okay. This is a spot that I'm going to grind for rupees. First, I want to check King's Tomb. Hopefully it has one of the other 300 rupees. So that would solve a lot of the problems right now. No, it gives me useless information. Yeah, this is what it's looking like. Anyway, let's talk about some upcoming runs. Coming up shortly is a SMZ3 with Linofist and Shy Guy Express. So, co-op run, I believe. I want to get a little bit more money. 190 at minimum. Of course, it's this spot with the B, but it's money. It gets me a few resources. You know, I want to do 180 because I'm like, wait, doesn't the digging game give some money? And yes, it does. It's not necessarily going to repay everything, but it's at least getting 10 rupees out of it would be helpful as far as these financial woes are concerned. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to go directly to whatever's at Palace of Darkness after this. It just means that I'll have money to get into there. Maybe then I can find a hammer or any number of small keys. Maybe arrows, bow and arrows. I also am very... I also have a decent key count from right here. I must have been finding a lot of keys, but, you know, this is normal to find a bunch of keys. Well, okay. I'll take armor. I'll get a few other rupees just in case. I got 3 bottles. I got a blue tunic now, so armor and weapons are good for Ganon. But what isn't good is I still need to find a bunch of crystals. This is normal for Key Sanity to have a big block of this dedicated to overworld checks. So, it was a nice find. It wasn't a key, though. Right, but I do have one more. I do have one more check over here. It's been sort of taunting me, and I really should get it out of the way. Otherwise, it's turning into, what dungeon is my progress turning in? What dungeon holds my progress? Alright, what do you get? What do we get today? Another key. That's not progress, game. Okay. I mean, you know, at least it's clear that the next amount of progress is in a dungeon somewhere. And it's probably not that dungeon down there. At Thieves Town. So it's either at whatever's become a swamp, or whatever's at Palace of Darkness. Or I can just dip into Skullwoods. I like the odds of 2. I like the odds of finding a crystal more than having to get a pendant. Which one though is Skullwoods? It's green. So Skullwoods wouldn't necessarily be a bad dungeon, as far as pendants are concerned. But it still would be a pendant, so let's go prioritize crystals. This is nice, it's a guaranteed crystal. But it's also a possibility of a puzzle. I do not necessarily like the puzzle, but I'll keep it the same just in case. It's a 50-50 chance of that being the favorable choice. Because the thing that occurs indoors with some crystal switches like that is large amounts of switch puzzles. Or the possibility of having large amounts of switch puzzles. Sometimes leaving the switch the way it is the best strategy. Sometimes those there are just to throw you off. So which one is this? This needs a big key. That's normal enough. So, if Palace of Darkness doesn't have... Whatever's at Palace of Darkness doesn't have progress for me, I need to go through the water, then I'm either going to go through a desert, or through Skullwoods. Which at desert is Turtle Rock with 7 checks, and Skullwoods is a good number of checks. So, if this does not hold progress, then I'm going to Skullwoods. That's my thinking process. Yeah, monkey. I got rupees now. Now you're willing to follow me. So I also can't access them. It could also be Aghanim's tower. I have to risk one of them, don't I? What about here? Okay. I'm gonna risk this dungeon. It's a nasty room and has 2 chests. I would like to find some big keys. I'd also like to not have rooms like that up here. Well, that's a loop, so... I really can't progress here. Too much, at least. Yeah, no progress here. So, because I'm in the area, I'm going to Aghanim's tower. I'm gonna try to find progress there. Eventually, one of the big keys has to appear. Or my bow. Preferably my bow. At this point. This is blocking 16 checks. I also got access to Ice Palace. Right. Oops. Warped into a wall. Information, I guess. 17 checks. Yeah, let's do this. Let's try this out. So here's also another example of switch puzzles. Because my only means to access this room was through the top, I need to remember to not drown this key right here, which is just bombs. So, and then go back here. Good to know that even indoors, some mistakes are easy for people to do. Some early mistakes like this are easy for people to do. Now I can pass through. But I gotta hit the switch first because of limitations. I mean, I can get through that room. Can't destroy these Igors, but I can get through this room. It's not the most pleasant of options, but I can get through here. Possibly get a no. Nope. Not gonna kill Aghanim right now. At least. So this is looking this is looking slightly promising. Because usually when there's a big number of checks like this, it can translate to there's a room with about 4 chests in it at some point, or a room with 2 chests or 3 chests. Or it translates to I can't progress here. Check another dungeon. that's the hallway. Okay, that's 2 checks from desert. And a big key here, because sometimes because of keys, or sometimes because of the combination of key drops and doors, yeah, Aghanim's Tower can now need a big key. Though that can also translate to some other dungeon might not necessarily need a big key, such as Hyrule Castle. Because multiple big chests like this one can appear in the same dungeon, or there can be no big chest at all. There can also be the concern of doors like this, but clearly this dungeon right here is a big key required dungeon because of the massive amount of doors. Do I have the risk? Do I have the nerve to risk this? Yes, I do, because that's a fairy. Good. I like having health restored like that. Let's just go do this. Skip all the enemies. Find more health. Where is progress? And I guess try this room? There's 17 checks in this dungeon. I don't know if Lantern is enough for this room. We'll try it. Yep, it was enough. I don't need magic refill here. I don't have Randomizer on, so I can just do this room with normal Lantern strategies. Take a D-boost right here. Ah, that's unpleasant. And maybe find progress. There we go. That's how that's done. See what I mean about rooms with 3 checks? There is a room with 3 checks incoming. Usually that's the pattern with such a big number of checks in a dungeon. Alright, health is always nice. Yeah, this also is a feature of doors. Sometimes the entrances are going to change like this. I also can't fully clear this dungeon because I've seen because of this room being an indicator of an upcoming threat. Oh no, it's not. Wait, I mixed a room up. I probably was thinking of another room. But good to know that this room here doesn't need fire rod. It does need bombs, but it doesn't need fire rod. Stay away, Gibdos. So some rooms like this it's necessary to do them backwards. There's ways to do it fast, and then there's like that, and then there's some ways to just goof around a bit and not be as fast. So, okay, let's see. Not a room I wanted to see. See, this is part of another dungeon. We saw the upwards path in House of Darkness, but not here. There's 4 chests. I don't have the energy for them. It hurts to skip them. What is that? It's Meyer. Okay. So that was progress. Not the kind of progress I wanted to see. I'm just gonna mirror out. I can't get those 4 chests. It hurts to skip those 4 chests, but I can't get them right now with my current equipment. So I will go and check out what's become of Ice Palace. And possibly come back later to those. So, this is the breakthrough I'm hoping. I'm glad I gave myself a 3-hour estimate. Okay. Not the dungeon I wanted to see, but there's 12 checks here. Possibly. Because this is part of Skull Woods, it can either translate to 1 check, or no checks, or more than 1 check. I'm hoping it's more than 1 check. That's fine. 2 checks is fine. Rupees is fine. I need to hit this. And that acting as a connector is fine, but I need a fly ride to access the other part. Okay. That is indeed the back. Because, you know, for this being Skullwoods, I'm not seeing a whole lot of Skullwoods. Okay, there it goes. I wasn't necessarily seeing a bunch of Skullwoods rooms. Now I see them. So usually, as far as Skullwoods is concerned, you're going to see a lot of Skullwoods rooms. Just because of the drop-down entrances. Not yet being part of doors. Yeah, I like that ferry, but what does it translate to as far as dungeon progress? Nothing? Nothing. So, maybe this is something? It is. It's 1 check. And that's it. And I can get 11 checks here. Well, that was not the entrance I wanted to see. So let's go find another entrance. And hope that it's better. That is not a better entrance. Maybe it does lead to one though? Possibly. Also, some doors, because of super tiles, are not... I don't worry about them. Where was the exit here? Is it right here? No, it's not here. Okay, you know what? I'm just saving quitting. I'm going back to Meyer, hoping that I can find some progress there. If I can't make progress there, I'll go to Turtle Rock, I guess. What are people saying? Yeah. Which I do feel like this is... I got big here for this at least. Which I think was what was missing. Or maybe I just, like, did a stupid with this room. I failed, that's why. Magic Bat, I know that's what you contained. So, where is that? Yeah, this is the room I can't beat because I don't have... Okay, let me write down that as a note. Pause. Okay. Meyer at TT needs bow. The rest of it is also needing big keys, so... Turtle Rock it is? Wait, I mean... Let's do that in Turtle Rock. I mean, it is 7 checks. It is 6 checks. So unless the boss here is blocking things. Door on the right is a super tile. I'm not worrying about it. Door on the left is a would prefer cape, but not necessary. Or not the other right. This is a cutscene with Alien Palette Zelda. But don't worry, Aghanim isn't behind the curtains. Yeah, that's what I thought. Trinex. I don't have the means to destroy Trinex, but at least I know that Trinex is here. So, here's a room right here that I could check. Let's hope that it's one of the keys that I need. So I gotta do this room the hard way. Do I have any, what potions do I have? I got a green and a fairy, and a bunch of bees. Bees can destroy tiles. But not super well. So I gotta do this the hard way. I know that there's a technique with the doors, but I don't want to get grabbed by the hand. I also know that there's a technique with the magic cape, but I don't have the magic cape. Let's get the stupid hand. Okay, no. And it's another coffee break room, but this time I have bombs, so I can actually utilize them. Utilize it to a great degree. So just stand right here. I'm gonna mute my mic because I need to hydrate, and I want y'all to hydrate as well. Alright. Water is probably one of my favorite drinks. So let's see what's here. I got a fairy, so I don't need to worry super much about health. But it does interrupt. Okay. Not what I needed. But it is helpful to get another key. Okay. This room right here. It is a room choice. I went into the upward room, right? Let me just double check what I chose. Yeah. Which really means that this door right here is the only means to progress in this dungeon. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I know that this is dungeon simple just by the current findings of items and whatnot. Okay. Rats with dark world damage is certainly a thing that can occur. The question is how? What? Okay. What does this want me to progress? Okay. I found a book That leads to a few checks. It's 2 checks, but it is a book. So I'm thinking there's a high possibility, there's a decent chance that one of those book locations gets something that I need. Which is just rude. I also can't progress too much against. Where? Okay. Progress too much in Gant's Tower. You know, what's really tempting? There's one thing that's really tempting as far as breaking logic is concerned. But shortly. I'm gonna go to Ether first, of course. But there's also, I would really want to know what's in Paradox Cave. Because there's 7 checks there. Plus 4 from Hookshot Cave, the 2 from Super Bunny Cave, and 1 from Spike Cave. How many is that total? 7, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14 checks. Okay, can't progress in this dungeon. Luckily I didn't use a fairy, so... let's go do it. So as far as rules are concerned, there's some glitches that probably would be considered no major glitches, but then there's some permissible glitches in multi-world. There's some debate, but because I want to try and make a good showcase, I'm going to go for the huge loot, the huge cache of items on a mountain through a glitch. But first I want to check Ether Tablet. So what do you get me today, Ether? An extra lamp? Okay. So the main thing about this trick is there's some aligning pixels that are useful with this trick. And, you know, it's a well mirror. So the first step is to mirror right in this top right corner between the 2 torches and pegs, and then try and line up good with this right here, a little bit to the right. Mirror again. It should put the new mirror portal over a little bit. So just place it over, run to the nearest right side of it, hold right, and then jump down from the side of the mountain right there. And voila, I can do 18 checks. Let's go to Paradox Cave first. I'm also going to check Desert while I'm here. Right. Not in Dark World, I'm in Light World. Do Paradox Cave first. I want to do this. I want to do the Dark World stuff. Paradox Cave first, stick to it, do Paradox Cave first, go to the stuff in the Dark World, and then get Spike Cave. Information is nice. I'd like big keys. That's really what I want right now. Big keys or some small keys. Preferably the more big keys the better. Oh wait, I can't do Hookshot Cave. I don't have the Hookshot. But I can certainly get into whatever's become of Desert Palace. Okay. So Canis Samaria is accessible at some point through this. Fire Ride's accessible. That's a huge loadout right there. Now I want to do Super Bunny Cave. I'm gonna do one check in. I'm gonna do the one check in Hookshot Cave that I can do. Unless I happen to find Hookshot through here. Wrong cave. It does hold keys. What's my key counter at? I could go to buy another key. It's either Hookshot is at Bombos or Biggie's at Bombos at this point. Hey, Fire Rod and Samaria are certainly welcome items to see, especially Fire Rod. And a useless compass. Okay, that is 2 items that I really wanted to see, so I can beat another dungeon now. Yay! Before I clear another dungeon, I'm gonna check Ganon's Tower to see how many crystals it is to unlock. Hopefully it's a 0 crystal. Nope, I don't have enough. How many? 2. I could get enough. Considering that probably Bombus is Hookshot or Hammer, I'm gonna go with... I'd go down here. Did I put that not close enough? I didn't. It's probably Hookshot. It's probably Hammer. I don't know. It's a 50-50. Okay, this is reasonable enough. I got maps here. It's a pendant. Or not pendant, it's a crystal. So, let's see what I can find with the sewage level. Where sand usually is. That needs arrows. Could also be arrows at Bombos now that I think about it. Well, I mean, I got access to some choices. Just a matter of which of those is the best choice. So I'd like to find bosses now. At least land mows. And that's not land mows right there. So let's just go and get whatever's at Bombos. And then clear Turtle Rock. Wait. I didn't check all the entrances to Skullwoods, did I? There's like, what, 2 checks on the way to boss? Specifically, drinking down one of these holes. You go away, B. Thank you. So that is not quite the entrance I wanted to find. No, it wasn't. I can go up here. Back to the left, and I think there's another entrance somewhere. You know what? I'll just focus on what I was going to do. Check Bombos, then check Turtle Rock. Because that's what I have. That's what my gut is feeling right there. I would also... I'm not sure where Hammer also... I'm also not sure where Hammer is, but I have a strong feeling that one of the bows is somewhere close by. I found all this ammo for it. Just haven't found a bow itself. For some reason, it's holding me up in several dungeons. That is a small key. That is not... It's probably in the woods then. So what are we thinking right now? That I'd love to find a second crystal, and this is unusually late for a second crystal. So yeah, clearly logical progression is in the woods now. I think it was this door. Yeah, it was this door. I know I'm also missing 4 chests here. I don't remember what was in the way of them, but there's like 4 checks here. So as far as training is concerned, I like going for the ice head first because I don't like the slippery. I don't like dealing with the slippery effect on the floor. That's 3. I go out of my way to dodge the middle head, like so. 1, 2, 3. No, that was not 3. I miscounted. Okay, so wait for it to explode, dodge the head, wait for it to merge, line up so I can just slice and dice. Sooner or later, soon. Get the 2 hits on the head, then go to the center, and that's how you do damageless Trainix with the gold sword. I know, because I once played a seed. Okay, that's the hook shot. So where is the hammer or the bow? also could do whatever's at Ganon's Tower. Oh, Turtle Rock's a crystal, so update that. So I need a bow. Where is the stupid bow? It's probably in woods. Yeah, I'm gonna go double check the woods. I know it's a pendant, but I have a feeling that it's in the woods. That whatever I need is in the woods. Because clearly accessing the rest of those items on top of Death Mountain is hammer locked as far as logic is concerned. That's what logic wants me to find. And I forgot to go to the Dark World. Welcome to Palette Shuffle, where you can get confused to what world you're in. Yeah, Ice Palace. Ice Palace. I have a... Even if I find the alternative bow, that's really what I need right now. So let's just go ahead and check some entrances here. It's not the one on the left, it might be one of the drop-downs. Though what did the actual entrance go to? A free check. Okay. And a blue potion. I'm just scratching my head what to do right now. Okay, that no. What about the other entrance? Where does the other entrance go? Something I already checked. I think it's this one right here that I haven't. Think? Yes, okay. Good, that's the other one here that I didn't. I know that there's, what, 3 other checks here that I'm able to get. And one of them being free like this one. So let's go get it. Why? Where was Hera? I already got Hera beaten, so I don't need to worry about whatever that led to in Hera. This is something from Eastern, so... I don't remember if I visited this room or if it was the Dark Room. Okay, I didn't visit this room, so I'm gonna go ahead and go on a limb here and say that right now that Aghanim is a highly desirable check right now. Just because limited other options. Either that or whatever this boss drops here as an item is gonna be either the hammer or bow. Or a big key that leads to one of them. Okay, I love having gold sword to slice through my moth. Okay, it was a key. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I haven't opened a dungeon with Fire Rod. That's right. Okay. So I gotta go check that at some point. Fire Rod's out of logic. Same with Canis Samaria. So I'm just trying to find where logic is supposed to be. How logic wanted me to get to Death Mountain. So what I did was I did a clip in Death Mountain using the mirror to get to Paradox Cave early. Paradox Cave had both Canis Samaria and what was it? Canis Samaria and the Fire Rod. But also shortly behind that was an Ice Rod, which led me to beat Trinex, so the hookshot is is a little bit of a ways out of logic, which really just needs hammer. Which, unless I missed a dungeon check, there's a high chance of it being on Sahasrahla. Nope. So I missed a check somewhere. I got the fire rod at least, so we're gonna go check back. We're gonna go check the back right now because I want to finish this scene. Oh wait, I have flute. What am I thinking? I should use flute to get there faster. Because doors being doors, naturally it's the quote-unquote back entrance of a swamp that it wants me to find. In order to access the whatever dungeon's at the back of Skullwoods. It's confusing, I know. But, you know, that's doors being doors for you. Especially with some light entrance randomization. Okay, did I get the door on the left? No. Oh, right. It was some other entrance, wasn't it? I should probably check this door, by the way. Yeah, no, we're not going there. I have Fire Rod, I have Quarter Magic as well, so let's go ahead and try and find the actual back of Swamp, because it was somewhere through here. I'm just a little bit exhausted of the seed. I'm not gonna lie. So that door right there is just nothing. I know the last chest here is big key locked. So that's why I'm not getting it. So I'm gonna go find there. Find that there, and where do you go here? I don't remember. I did go. It's a labyrinthian dungeon. They do this sometimes. Go find the actual back of Skullwoods. See whatever dungeon has become of that. Then go for one. Hopefully, go for another crystal. So, door was it? Don't go right. Don't go. Go right. Go right. And then I can find the actual exit here, which somehow came from Eastern Palace. That's doors for you. Do I have any other information? Ice Palace, that's what I'm hoping for. Ice Palace. Yay, it's a 6-check Ice Palace. So this is meant to be a little bit of a late game Ice Palace, huh? So, it's a down door. So let me think about what Ice Palace wants. Ice Palace wants me to find a down door to get to the boss. Luckily there's about 6 checks here. I don't have the big key, so I'm gonna not go to that room right there. And the whole mess that ensues because of it. Because one quality of Ice Palace is, you know, of course there's the ice physics, but there's also the need to find a down door to find the boss. So it loops in on itself. Great! What does hint tile say? North of Graveyard. I don't need that. I need to not take damage from the fire wire, and instead take damage on the other fire wire. I think that's. Oh, numbers. What do they mean? So 0 out of 6, and the one below that 9 keys get through the door is basically how many doors are needed to unlock by keys. I can't get that chest. I need to try to go there at some point. I don't have the big key here. Ew. But I might not need the big keys. That is a possibility. This is one way. I do not like this one way. But it has one check here. What's that? Why are the big keys just being an absolute mess in the seed? Okay, was that? That was one way, right? Yeah. So I can check 2 other passageways. Where to find a big key? Which also means that whatever is connected to that stairs right there is also part of this dungeon. It could be that it's this door right here, or it could be a door later on. I'm hoping that it's the door, the big key locked door. That is not where I want to go. Thinking through this, thinking through this. It could also mean that it's right there. Oops. That's a loop right up on top. A loop that I don't need. And I need the big key here, don't I? Ow, 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 I gotta ferry it, at least. Ah. Where are any of these big keys? I mean, it's not right here. This is a little bit farther out of... This is getting a little bit farther out of logic. I don't have the stupid defensive items for dealing with Moldorm. Also, wait, I need a hookshot. I need a hookshot of this, so this leads to something, at least. A key. But I don't know where the stupid boss for this dungeon is. I know there's a down door somewhere that I need to, or a down door or pathway that I need to take in order to find Cold Stare. I'm glad I got Bombos at least. And some fairies. But wait, right. It's a switch puzzle. So, I'm just hoping that I can find the boss here. It is a crystal dungeon. Yes, yes, boss. Boss, please. Yes. Good. I found the boss. Thank you. I didn't even need to worry about a crazy switch puzzle. So, that's good. 3 crystals is good. Hammer locked game. Where is the stupid hammer? It's somewhere in the world that I can't. So. Not a third crystal. I'm at least able to get one more check somewhere. I have some idea. So I skipped about 4 checks in one of the dungeons. Now I can go get those 4 checks logically. I think. Into the wrong cave. how's my key count? I got 10 keys. That's doable. So there's 4 chests I was low on health on that I had to skip. So maybe it's one of those. So if I find Mirror or Cave right here, or Verna, that would help significantly. Which really just means that, okay? Which really just means that one of these chests has something. Rupees, they're nice. Not necessary, but they're nice. So I'm just gonna get the few extra checks here while I'm in the area. Information, I suppose, is nice. I'm missing pod and Misery Mire information. I mean, clearly Hammer's not going to be here because this is a little bit out of logic, but I would really like to know where Hammer is at this point. Did I check Floating Island? Okay, this is a dungeon that is reasonable for me to want to beat. But okay. It has several checks, but it's reasonable for me. And one of them is logically not Hammer. But I at least need to find an upwards door to kill whatever boss is here. And the upwards doors are, pretty easy to find, so that's not the door, but it is a switch, so I will hit the switch with this. And time it well so that I don't get, like, macerated. Yeah, I don't think Bo's here. I think what really logic needs is some Hammer. Which I hate mixing seeds up. It happens to everyone at one point or another who's played Randomizer. And everyone thinks they've checked one location. Everyone thinks they've checked that one location when they haven't. And checking doesn't mean actually acquiring that location. Checking means that I saw what was on that location. I didn't get it because it was like a stupid ammo capacity upgrade or something. Hello? Hello? Okay. Boss was just being weird there, I think. Maybe that's just... Okay. I have 1,000 questions about that cave. I think it can help me get a few checks in Ag's tower. It's a crystal as well. So, it's 3 crystals. Let's just not forget Spike Cave. It's curious. Hiccups are fun. Yeah, I think I like my chances of rechecking Aghanim's Tower or Floating Island. Because I probably checked it earlier. I might have checked it earlier and be like, oh yeah, that's probably something I don't need. Or that could have been just another seed where I did that. So let's just go double check there and go back to Aghanim's Tower. And I'm sure I could just, worst case scenario, ask Kate for a spoiler hint. No, that's just a map. Or whoever generated the seed, I think it was Kate. For me. So I feel like I'm just missing something silly. Of course, I gotta do the whole going around the whole world thing. Just to find that hammer. And yes, this is, right now in this seed, this is the fastest way for me to get to Aghanim's Tower, I'm pretty sure. So sometimes you'll get a really quick connector right at the base. Sometimes it'll be a connector that takes a while to get to where it needs to go. It just, there's a lot that factors in on it. I'm just gonna double check. Okay. No, none of those are awkward checks. But with that cape, I can more easily do Aghanim's Tower, which has a bunch of checks. Which one of them might be the necessary hammer? Armor or something. So let's see. Wait, was it up here that just... Was it up here that was leading to Aghanim? It's been a few whiles. Yeah, that was. Okay. Okay, I know you lead to armor. I don't want that armor right now. I want to find a stupid hammer so I can, and some keys so I can beat dungeons. Because it's really close to go mode time, and I would really like to get to go mode soon. Oh, I have hookshot. I can get a few of the other checks here. I have big key, so I can get the big chest. So I can pretty much full clear this dungeon now. Health. It helps, I guess. I thought this was... Am I just, like, mixing rooms up? That's the question now. No, I'm not. I mean, I was, but that doesn't... That wasn't what I wanted. Okay, I got the big... Okay, I can get the big chest here. At least 5 chests here. There's just a gross location for the big key. Oh, I got that already. Wait, why did I skip the big chest in the middle, though. Probably because I was like, oh, I probably need hookshot for the rest of that. Alright. At least I got fire ride. It helps significantly with this room. So I can just hit these two right here. The big old wire in the center just gets in a reasonable enough position to run across. And I also got that cape for defense. I got all the items in here. I don't need to bomb a wall here. It's my thinking process for this scene. You know, the reason I delayed this dungeon was because of some situation with whatever. Okay, I'll take the D-boost. Because of the situation with a combination of this room being low on health and needing some, and I think and this room right here just being a huge health sink. So let's see, bombs, anything good? Hammer, there's my hammer. I did a stupid play. I should have just gone directly back in this dungeon. Stuff is all back in logic now. Big key for Ice Palace. I can clear Ice Palace. And that. Where did this lead to? This room right here. I want to check the nexus of all its entrances. Because there's two. I mean, there's 4 here, but there's 2 more to check. So I'm hoping that this one right here was supposed to be the mirror shield or something like that. No, it was a map. It's good to know, I guess. Dark Palace, okay. At least I know where all the crystals are now. Just got Misery Mire's one, so what does that mean? That means I can clear Misery Mire now. I also need a bow, so, you know, the seed is pretty much locked, or the seed is looking like a good go mode shortly. I just question where the bow is. Not there, clearly. I probably just didn't even bother checking a few rooms on the down path, did I? I don't remember. I probably missed one check here. that hammer was just disgusting. At least now I got the logical access to the mountain. I can clear Ice Palace. I'm gonna clear Ice Palace. I got enough for Desert Palace, so I don't think it needs... Does it need a bow? It probably needs a bow. A lot of these dungeons need that bow. Wherever the heck it's at. Which could be any number of locations. I got a green potion, so I'm not worried about magic. So there's that benefit. Let me double check something. No, it's the big chest here. I got that key right there. I just need to get the big chest. it was going right here. I still don't have the big key right there. So it's probably not there where one of the boats is. It is here that it does connect to ice balls, so let's go get through there. Get a red crystal. Probably not a bow. So I can just get across there. I just gotta get across there and just go through a loop of rooms. Yeah, I gotta go through a loop of rooms, which involves one of the down passageways in order to get to the last check. Right, no, it's not that down passageway, it's the other one. So as you can see, doors can get a little bit confusing. I've already cleared the boss. In this room, at least. It's been a fairly reasonable seed. It's been a fairly reasonable seed. I just made a really stupid play by not dipping back into Aghanim's tower for 4 checks. One of which was my hammer, which could have saved a lot of headache. Oh wait, I know another dungeon I can clear. I'm pretty sure. I think. I happen to forget about the stupid hammer spots right here. I'm getting the other magic. I happen to forget about these right here and went all the way to the boss room to an unpleasant surprise. So let's just go and get Bombos out and start running. Start a victory lap. So yeah, once I've cleared the 5th boss out, that's when I'm gonna start. That's when I reckon. Once I've gotten the 5th crystal, this is gonna be the 4th. Oh right, I have means to make this easier, so let's just use them. Just playing it. I'm playing it a little bit sloppy, but okay, that's done. You're done. Give me a crystal. That's the shield. Okay. Usually seeds aren't this worrisome, but let's go back to the Death Mountain, climb up to the top, and try that other entrance. Yeah, there's been times where I've cleared this with about 11 hearts. Not this seed particularly. There's been times where I've cleared door seeds with 11 hearts. This one, though, it's like, okay, let's go full inventory. Stupid, can you let me through? Please let me through. Thank you. This just happened to have a rude location. Again, I repeat, this just happened to have a rude location for the hammer. And a lack of bow as well. Luckily, I don't need a bow to kill Ganon, so that is the silver lining. In all of this, I guess. That, I suppose. What was the other one? I need to check what pot is. That's right. Just for the track of completeness. Okay. Good to know. If I wanted another one, it'd be Thieves Town, but yeah, Thieves Town is out of the question. So, okay. This looks pretty reasonable. It's a check right here. So, another shield. That, not, what? And a bunch of connected rooms through this. So, okay. I got the big... Okay, this dungeon is doable, I'm pretty sure. I just gotta find an upwards door to where the lane walls are. Which probably don't have to check too many. But unfortunately I don't have the compass to help guide me. So, manual checks it is. Okay, that's just a loop. Just go ahead back to the beginning. Maybe try this. Try the down door here. And go into a gigantic puzzle. Of course, of course. Okay, I don't have to worry about being soft like this dungeon. I can beat this dungeon, so there is that. Like, I don't have to need the bow. I don't have to use the bow in this world. The world, this seed. I'm mixing words up. So I can just ignore some checks, because I am... Oh, wait. I am in go mode, I'm pretty sure. Right? I can just... Like I said, I can just ignore checks here. And just go to where... Okay, I'm gonna warp back to the beginning. So it's probably somewhere through this pathway right here. I mean, how hard can landfalls be? Not very. Oh, right, it's probably up here. Don't go to the left on this room right there. It won't end well for you. It's full of damage and pain and misery. There we go. By the way, Kate, can you send me the spoiler log to the seed for Discord? Since I'm in go mode, I don't need to worry about location. I don't need to worry about getting any of the two bows. I got everything. I got enough to beat Ganon. I just had to struggle to find a few things early on, and ended up having to have some pain through Lace Bridge. Let me just get some potions first of all before going to Ganon. Before going to Ganon to fillet a pig. Okay, I got a fairy. I got a green potion. That's not enough to be comfortable. Let me just empty out the bugs and mash. There we go. Oh wait. On final boss shortly. Within 5 min. Thank you, Kate. I do want to show off one glitch I got. Get one bottle. Oh, where's the hammer? Hammer. There you are. Projection is fun. No, not projection. What is it? Psychology is fun at times. That's what I minored in. Yeah, I mean, I could have... This had a decent chance of having a PB, but I just squandered it by generally bad play in Dungeon within Aghanim's Tower, and just taking too much damage for doing those checks. But if you're interested in seeing more seeds like this, feel free to follow me. And if you're interested in playing with people who do play seeds like this, Berserker Kate and a few others host a server for rolling multi-worlds with settings like this, as well as sometimes regular multi-worlds. But most of the time it's a lot of multi-worlds with doors. So if you're interested in playing that, I'll let one of them shout out, point people towards this Discord. But here's Ganon. It's the normal Ganon fight, but with a random number of spawns like this. But I don't have bow, so whatever will I do? Like any bow. First off, I gotta get to phase 4. The first 2 phases were no problem. I just hit Ganon a whole bunch of times during the first one. Do something similar during the second phase, except bring out the cape. Yeah, I know I don't have any bow. Thank you for that message. Thank you. Oh wait. I need to remember how to do no bow strats. So let Ganon spawn right here. I gotta time some spins. Be calm about things. Let the bat fly. Let Ganon teleport here. Line up the shot. Line up the swing. And line up the swing. And victory can be mine. I've done this many times before. I just gotta finish strong. There we go. There. That's how you do it. I got like, what, 12 of them? I forget the number. Teleport to the top. Dodge. Wait to see where Ganon appears. Hit again. I know there's a glitch with the torches. I'm not the best at performing it, where you can just light one of the torches on the left to get like infinite light or something to refresh the timer. But I'm bad at it. I forget what it's called right now. This is not hard. Just gotta line up, swing. I did swing too high. I'm off my synchronization. Just wait for Ganon to teleport back here. Line up good with him. Swing. Swing again. I missed because of the torch glitch. Torch glitch, that's what it's called. I am just overthinking things. So just hit Ganon right there. That's not going to be a hit right there. So line up the... Wait. Line up the torches. Wait for Ganon to teleport up here. Get the hit. Wait for the bat. Do the torches right here. Sometimes I can get 2 hits in on a cycle, but not like that. Okay, you got your bat. I got my sword. I'm gonna take it from this side. And wait a second. Get my cycles in a line. Swing towards Ganon. Another hit. Swing my cycles on a time. Wait. I got them slightly off. So just wait for Ganon to teleport down here. Line up my swing. Hit. Swing again. Wait. I'm getting bad cycles. Wait for Ganon to teleport up here. Teleporting down somewheres. Oh, I fell down the pit. Ugh. I choked. Not like this. I at least have a bunch of potions left. It's fine. So, do that again. I was close too. Bring in first, passages on head air balloon. We're on. I did not know that. How many of you knew that? Okay, so get the hits, go downward, get a few more hits, get to this phase. I'm going to try and preserve magic. I got 3 potions. That's 8. Just wait for the bats to go away. That was unpleasant. Get over here. Get over, Ganon. Get over here. Let me hit you. Thank you. Oh, come on. Use a potion now. Not like this. Alright, that's the last tiles. Hit you once more. Try and swing and hit you. Okay. Prepare for the torch glitch. I know I have no bow. Just get the torch glitch. I think that was it. Yep, that was it. I got 1 hit. Refresh the torch glitch. And show it off proper this time. Missed the hit, but torch glitch is a priority, I guess. No, I missed the torch. Wait for the cycles. It's 2. That was a miss. I don't trust myself. That. It's 3. It's 4. Redoing the... Get back on land. Let's get back onto land. Into safety. Don't fall down the pit. Refresh torch. Breathe. Breathe. Remember to breathe. It's 5. Ganon, please cooperate. Wait for the torch glitch. 6. 7. It'll be right up top. That was not 8. Oh, come on. That's 8. I need potions. The green. I got fairies. I got 8 hits. I got fairies, that's fine. I can finish this strong. Okay, that was missed. I need to still get, I think, 4 more hits. Just play dodge rope, jump rope, dodge, whatever. Play it safe. It's 9, I'm pretty sure. It's 10. Refresh the torch. Get into spot. Get in a spot to dodge the bat. 1 more hit, I'm pretty sure. I'm refreshing the torch. I did it! I did it! G. That I'm interested in. Alright. So, I want to show some credit statistic information, and while I do that, I want to show off final thoughts. Oh, right, split. But I'm also going to fast forward it through because of marathon things. Marathon being behind schedule. So Fellowship of the Ring, I wasn't able to show off the ending glitch, but a lot of this text at the end just is. They have some fun flavor text. And just pointing out items that people had. Probably a potion of the kid, I think. Yeah, it was probably another sword. But, you get the Nintendo credits. Credit where credit is due. It's already been shown in a previous one, I'm pretty sure. But after the Nintendo credits, there's a lot of thanks and whatnot. Might have been shown in a previous randomizer, and there's just a bunch of different ones. I always have to give a shout out to Crowbell for handling MSU work, and the MSU randomizer, and Sakura Sabusa for helping me learn a bunch of dark rooms, which I don't think I used that in the world, or in this seed, but if you want to go join the server where a lot of multi-worlds with Doors is played, there's a link for you. You don't have to play Doors in these multi-worlds, but a lot of people do play up seeds in multi-worlds, but there's the link right there. I know I tested out. So, here's the information. That was a pretty low score rate, but before I sign off, I want to show off one thing. So let me just get into position. One minor glitch. So some of you may know of someone called Yuzu, who's been known to discover several glitches in Link to the Past. There's this fun glitch called Yuzuhara's Bridal Adventure, or YBA for short, that is useful for getting into dungeons from unintended locations, as well as getting in through caves. Some of you might be curious about what happens if you try and get to one of the dungeons through a sort of cave state. Well, other than the fact that I'm missing a big key from Hyrule Castle, I do have to get other big keys, but let me just show off this real quick. And then I can point your attention to SMZ3. So let me just, it's a little bit precise, only save state. To line this up, I didn't get it quite right. So the idea is to press the bottle right as your door transitioning. That was a bit late, so that was a bit late, that was a bit early. Just line up to the door, just showcase this, and I push up, and suddenly I'm in Thieves Town. And if I go upwards, you'd expect some of these to link to another dungeon, but they don't quite link to it. They actually have the same layout as the vanilla Thieves Town. complete with YPA shenanigans. And with that, I'm signing off. Signed off.